Hi! This is going to be the first video I ever make and record. Speaking into the microphone really is not as easy as I thought, so excuse all the mistakes I might make and I hope you can understand me. This year I really wanted to have like a little challenge for myself. I've seen many artists do things like this where they pick a theme and they draw different versions of the thing, whatever it is. And I chose elves, obviously, because I am a bit obsessed lately. I had a vampire phase a couple of years ago, and now I'm going through an elf phase, and I'm making it everyone's problem. So I already had in mind a couple of characters that I wanted to draw, but I asked over on Twitter for more ideas and inspiration. I only ended up drawing 3 characters for this video, and they are like very obvious picks. So for the next videos I make, I will try to choose more diverse characters, like maybe a male elf or something a bit more different. So the first elf I had to choose was obviously Diglett. She's literally the most gorgeous, iconic and beautiful anime elf I can think of. Even if you haven't actually watched the OVAs or the anime, I feel like everyone has seen her somewhere. She's in all of those 90s aesthetic compilations. And for good reason. I've never seen an anime that has such a unique and beautiful art style. Especially the OVA. The anime is also fine, but the OVA is another level. The character designs, the thick black lines. I don't know, I've never seen something like that. It's so inspiring and beautiful. I wish I could say the story was as good, but I feel like it was a bit rushed. If you watched the OVA, you'll probably agree that many things happen too quickly. And I understand they didn't have as much time to tell the story, and I think they're trying to summarize a couple of books in just 20 episodes or so it's probably not realistic. But the OVAs are still overall a very enjoyable watch. The anime, however, the first season was fine. It was a continuation of the OVAs, and if I understand correctly, it's a bit more accurate to the original books. But the second season, they changed the characters from Parn and Diglett to a random kid I couldn't care less about, and some super ugly companions. Like, I don't know what happened in the character design department, but suddenly the characters were very ugly. I had previously watched the OVA with my boyfriend and we were watching the anime together, but we dropped it after the second season. Like, we didn't care about those people. Who are these people? Like, I'm here to watch the beautiful elf and the cute, shy human warrior. Who are these? I don't care about them. All of that aside, I still really recommend the OVAs if you like elves and if you like fantasy. And I might give the novels a try. I don't know, I feel like I want to know more about this universe. I did not want to do very complicated drawings for this video because I knew I would get too tired to actually finish it if I tried to make masterpieces for every elf. So I just drew Diglett standing in a quite simple pose with her little wind spirits. In this universe, humans can study magic or they can also be clerics, and elves have innate magic and they summon spirits to do the work for them. These little fairies are the ones Diglett uses the most. I think they were the wind spirits, if I remember correctly. It's kind of like in D&D, where you have the wizard who has to work to get the magic, and then you have the sorcerer who's born with it and can just use it. She also has a sword that she uses many times. Like, the girl can do it all. Like, she can go melee and she can use magic. She's that iconic and beautiful. There's another very famous dark elf from this series. Her name is Pyrotis. She has a very lovely and romantic one-sided love affair with one of the villains. very intense. She's beautiful too. I need to draw her someday. For the colors, I tried to experiment a little bit and make it look as if it had been drawn with more texture, like maybe with crayons or some of those more traditional materials. I don't feel like I did her justice with how beautiful her design is, but I don't think the colors look bad. I'm glad I tried something new. This year I really want to focus on trying new things and improving a lot. So that's part of why I chose this challenge, because it would force me to try and draw different characters more quickly than usual, and it would force me to try and apply new techniques that would make it possible for me to finish drawings more quickly. For the second drawing, I chose Merby's super cute and silly elf. It makes my day better every time he posts a new comic strip. I know it's such a cliche, but for me, the joke about the elf thinking she's all superior and better than everybody else and then falling in love with the human never gets old. I love it. One of my favorite strips is this one where the elf makes a little voodoo doll of the human and she's like, careful, I might use it to harm you. And then the human is like, oh, are you sleeping with a doll that looks like me? Pick. I love it. 10 out of 10 joke. I chose a random anime model doll from Pinterest as a reference for the pose, and I don't know, I kind of regret it because I think she looks a bit too sexy. Like, I don't think this character is supposed to be sexy at all. She's just like a little blob. She's very funny, very silly. But I've noticed how other artists also kind of draw her a bit sexy. I don't know what's wrong with us. Why are we drawing her like this? She's a stick figure. I was thinking about maybe trying to give her a more complex design on her outfit, since the original style is very cartoony, but then I don't know, I couldn't think of a way of improving it, so I just left it as it was. The problem was that her skirt is a bit too short, so it looks a bit revealing with the pose I chose. I feel bad, but I don't know, she looks cute, so it doesn't matter. At a certain point I thought about making a proper background, but I quickly dropped the idea because it was not realistic. I was not actually going to put that much effort, or I was going to get tired and not actually finish it. So I just dropped a couple textures, make it look kind of like a forest, and called it a day. For the coloring, since the style I had used for Gidlit had worked so well and had made my process quite quick, I just basically used the same brushes and textures. And this one I tried to play a bit more with the saturation and I added a bit more shadows, but it's still very simple. But I don't know, I feel like it works well, so I'm going to keep using this style for quicker drawings. I was satisfied with the result. I feel like I could have pushed her expression a bit more since the character is very silly and expressive, but I don't know, I think taking into account that I usually don't draw expressions very well, it's a good first attempt at least. I shared it on Twitter and the author retweeted it, and it made me very happy. So here's my drawing of the most famous Twitter elf. I couldn't make this video without drawing my baby girl, Marcel. I've already technically drawn her like 100 times already, but it doesn't matter. I ship her with Laios, obviously the other protagonist of the show. I've never been like a big shipper. I've never cared enough about any other fictional couple, but these two, they make me so happy. I finally understood the appealing of drawing little pictures of your city ship. I've read many comments, especially from people who don't like the ship, and so they hate on the earth, saying how the more seals I draw don't look like her. And I'm trying, okay, it's hard. And I don't even know why it's so hard. She's just a beautiful blonde-haired elf with a normal beautiful body. I don't know why it's so hard to draw her. I feel like it's maybe because of her round eyes. I think there's something about the eyes that I don't quite capture in my other drawings. So for this drawing, I decided to use an official figure as a reference. This figure, I feel like it's supposed to depict her on her magic studying days, like when she was like a younger teenager maybe. In the actual show, she's supposed to be around 19, 20, like a very young adult, which for an elf is like 50 years old. Well, for a half elf. I really liked how the colors turned out in this one. I think it's my favorite of the three. I think it's also because of the color palette, like obviously yellow and purple always go perfect together, and I don't know why I don't use that color combination more often. I also tried to give the slightest hint of a background with the books around her. It's still very low effort background, but I really wanted to focus on finishing these drawings. It's super hard for me to actually finish the projects I start. I always get bored, I procrastinate, they don't meet my standards, so I drop them, and then I never improve. So this attitude has to change this year. So if you are seeing this, it means that I accomplished my goal at least. I was very happy with the result of this drawing. I know they're all very simple drawings, but I am so proud of them, and I'm proud of having finished them. So this was all for the video. Overall, I'm super happy with the drawings and I want to keep making them. Thank you so much for watching it. I hope it was at least a bit entertaining. Jumping this much in English was a challenge for sure, but I'll keep practicing and I'll get better at it, I'm sure. Bye!